Hello gamers, Balthazar here with another boss guide tutorial. This time it's King Hrolf Kraki, if I'm pronouncing that right. But regardless, whoever came up with some of these names and some of the boss battle movesets at Santa Monica needs to get sacked because it's just sloppy boss design, in my opinion. Lazy. Because basically the guide for this video is, you've already versed this boss with all the other berserkers in the game. He has the same moves, but just different elements of different berserkers combined. And it's only artificially hard. You know, this is probably the second or the hardest boss in the game, depending on your opinion. It's the Valkyrie Queen or this guy. It's those two. The only reason this is hard is because he's got a huge health pool, and the damage he does when he hits you is massive, because I'm playing it on Give Me No Mercy difficulty. So, essentially the difficulty is not getting hit too many times in 7.5 minutes, and that's it. There's nothing special or cool about this boss fight, so I'll try and keep it as simple as possible. Now, as you can see, when he goes up in the air, he has 3 or 4 different moves. I won't discuss that one because that one is pretty self-explanatory. Now, I'm running the armor set to give you the cooldown resets on your abilities and health and rage stone drops when you hit them with your runic abilities. I think it's one of the best armor sets in the game for survivability. See that move there where he uses the purple hands in the air? You absolutely have to throw a spear or hit him in the air there, because he will fill the entire arena of Bifrost and you will die. So you've got to hit him in the air. Every time he goes up in the air in this boss fight, just throw something at him. It doesn't mean it's going to knock him down every time, but you're better off just throwing something at him when he hits the air, every single time. Now, all the rest of it is self-explanatory. You burst this kind of boss in the game, so you should know what to expect. So I'll let the clip roll for a bit here, but you see when they're up in the air like that, there's no point. You can tell when the red circle comes up, generally he's going to cast something at you. If he goes up in the air without the red circle, that's when he's going to do the Bifrost move, and he'll just freaking one-shot you. So that's pretty self-explanatory. He'll also put these shield buffs over himself with the spear, the fire, or the ice. You know, either one of them, and you counter that with your weapon elements, right? It's pretty obvious as well. So as you can tell in this fight so far, I've not been hit. He's a bit halfway through his health pool now. So I suggest the only way to do that in this difficulty is to get about his health halfway without getting touched, because you tend to lose focus the longer you play in these boss fights. So again, much like the other video, you're just chaining your abilities over and over again, avoiding his spam abilities. And here we go right here. I thought it was very strange. He did not get interrupted there. He didn't get staggered with my ability. He just tanked it and then still hit me. So that was it's a very strange boss fight, because he glitches in certain aspects of this fight. If you can stagger him with your abilities, and then another time he'll throw an ability out and he will not get staggered, tank through it and hit you. So there's a lot of inconsistencies in the design. You can't really rely on something you've seen before. You kind of just need to play it by ear and instincts, because here we go, there, hit him in the air. If you let him keep going with that move, he's just going to cover everything with Bifrost and you're just going to die. So there's not much else to say. It's all spam moves. Same thing over and over again. All the berserkers in the game combined, and that's all he's doing to you. All you have to do is get good, recognize the patterns and avoid them, and react accordingly. So this is my tutorial for you guys, because there's not much BS involved. It's just what it is. I'll let the clip roll here. Because yes, it gets very tasty towards the end. When he does that electrical move up there, I generally zigzag back and forth, as you see, because if you just roll in one direction, they're just going to predict where you're going and you're going to get hit and you will die. So you just got to zigzag roll back and forth when he goes up in the air with that electrical move. See the red ring? See, I couldn't avoid that. Big mistake. And you see here, I interrupted his move there. I staggered his move there, right? But other times, it will not happen and you'll tank through it and hit you, so be careful of that. I also suggest using your Realm Shift abilities on all your weapons when they're charged. I really like them because as soon as you hit that buff in, it slows time and it gives you literally 4 to 5 free hits on them. So that's huge. Over the course of 7 minutes, those hits add up. That could make the difference between beating this boss and not, is those extra hits you get. And here we go, see it there, up in the air? Got to hit him there. You've got to bring him down. If you don't, you are dead. Now I suggest with the spear, I really like using the spear with the more ranged abilities because that can help you stagger his moves. In this fight, as you can notice, I don't really rely on my Spartan Rage or Fury. Oh, take that! You know, I just wanted to throw a rock at his face because he's just an annoying boss. But I'm not relying on the stagger bar here to get the damage in. I'm way more relying on myself because, again, your Spartan Rage does nothing. Like, see how he hits me here? I'm literally 1 health. I was absolutely panicking here. And I thought, don't be greedy. Just take your time, pick the right shot. Because this is when you die. And when you have bosses like this low, and you get greedy. So there we go. And then it pays off. So, hope this was helpful. Balthazar out.
My kingdom. Thank you, brother. Still not sure if that was justice